This is Lesson 28, Session 2, Develop Categories of Two-Dimensional Figures. The learning target is I can understand that attributes belonging to a category of two-dimensional figures also belong to all subcategories of that category. To start, name each shape in two ways. So write down your answers and then press play again, and I will give you some ideas here as well. So letter A, we could say that that is a quadrilateral. We could say that it is a parallelogram also. Letter B, we could say that that is a quadrilateral. It's a parallelogram. It's also a rectangle. And we could also call that a square. Letter C, it's a quadrilateral. It's a parallelogram. And it's also a rectangle. Number 1, a hierarchy orders categories from most general to most specific. Ovals A through D in this Venn diagram list attributes of 4 categories of quadrilaterals. Use the terms below to fill in the names of the subcategories from the most general to the most specific. So the ones on the outside are going to be the most general, and then as we work in to more specific. So our 3 options here are rectangles, squares, and parallelograms. So on the outside, the most general one is quadrilaterals. So letter B, 2 pairs of parallel sides. We would call that a parallelogram. And inside parallelogram, more specifically, a shape with 4 right angles is a rectangle. And then even more specific than that, in letter D, 4 sides of equal length would be squares. Number 2, use the Venn diagram and what you know about quadrilaterals to complete the table. Fill in subcategory names for B through D and attributes for C and D. So the biggest category, A, is quadrilaterals. Attributes of quadrilaterals are that they have 4 sides. The first subcategory under quadrilateral would be parallelograms. Parallelograms have 4 sides and 2 pairs of parallel sides. Letter C, rectangles. And then under rectangles, the next subcategory would be squares. So attributes of rectangles, they have 4 sides, 2 pairs of parallel sides, and 4 right angles. And then the attributes of squares, they have 4 sides, 2 pairs of parallel sides, 4 right angles, and 4 sides of equal length. A tree diagram is a hierarchy diagram that connects categories and subcategories with lines to show how they are related. Write the terms below in the boxes of the tree diagram at the right to order the categories from most general to most specific. So our most general category is quadrilaterals, 4-sided figures. Under quadrilaterals, we would put parallelograms. More specific than parallelograms is rectangles. And then the most specific is squares. How are Venn diagrams and tree diagrams alike? How are they different? I have on the screen here an example of a Venn diagram showing quadrilaterals, and an example of a tree diagram showing quadrilaterals. So Venn diagrams and tree diagrams are alike because both can be used to show relationships among categories of two-dimensional shapes. They are different because Venn diagrams show relationships among categories of shapes using circles or ovals, but tree diagrams show relationships among categories of shapes with lines between separate boxes. Number 5, use a Venn diagram or a tree diagram to order the categories below from most general to most specific. Then explain why your order makes sense by describing the attributes the figures share. So I would like you to pause and give this a try And when you have your answer written down in your workbook, then press play and I will show you what I have. So here is an example of a Venn diagram that we can make with these terms, triangles, polygons, and right triangles. The most specific term is polygons, and then inside the category of polygons are triangles, and then inside the category of triangles are right triangles. And then this is what a tree diagram would look like. Polygons is at the top, that one is the most specific, and then under polygons is the subcategory of triangles, and then under triangles we have the subcategory of right triangles. A polygon is a closed two-dimensional figure with at least 3 straight sides and 3 angles. A triangle shares the attributes of a polygon, but it has exactly 3 sides and 3 angles. It's a kind of polygon. A right triangle shares the attributes of a triangle, but it also has 1 right angle, so it is a kind of triangle. Your assignment is pages 581 and 582 in your workbook.